Hi guys, you are welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, you are welcome, and if you are a returning subscriber, you are welcome. Please, today we are coming to learn how to cut and sew this beautiful flare dress with a ruffle at the neckline with a flare sleeve. It's a maternity dress for a client. So if you want to learn how to sew this, let's get right into the video. So I'm using 3 yards of fabric. The fabric is a long length. So I've folded my fabric. I thought it was recording, but not knowing the camera went off. So I continued doing it. That's why you didn't see how I marked the upper part. So I'm just doing some marking so that you see how I mark it. So I've input everything, my client's measurements in it. So I'm cutting it. So the across back is 18 inches. The bust is 44 and the length of the dress is 42. So I've input everything I want. So I'm now cutting. This won't line it because it's a maternity and it's a flare dress, so you don't need any lining. This fabric is very unique and soft. It's a rayon fabric and very quality too. It feels very soft. So I'm cutting the dress. After that, we'll cut the neckline. The neckline is a v-neck. Then we cut the fabric we use for the ruffles. The ruffles will sew both the ends. Then we pull the gathers in between the ruffles or the middle of the ruffles before we fix it on the neckline. So this is it. Because the neck is a v-neck in the front, we won't slit the back. She can wear it on her neck without slitting the back and adding loop. So I'm marking the neckline. The length of the neckline is 7 inches. So that's what I'm marking there. So after that, I'll cut it. Then after that, we'll cut the pocket. Then we take it to the machine and sew. So I'm pinning everything down because of the texture of the fabric. So I've pinned it down. I'll now cut the neckline. Then after that, I'll put that one aside and cut my flare and the ruffles and the side pocket. So I've finished packing. I'm arranging the fabric so that it won't mess up or it won't shift. So I'm marking where I'll fix the side pocket. So I'll measure from the shoulder to the waist 18 inches. Then I'll notch the side. So the pocket will start from the 18 down. So I've put in that one aside. Then I'll fold my flare. So if you want to cut flare, you fold it to, then you fold it again. I'm cutting a full flare, 720-degree flare. So that's what I'm going to cut there. So I'm cutting both the two sleeves together. So after that, the remaining or the rest of the fabric, then we use it to cut the frill and the side pocket. So I'm folding it again, make sure it will reach the length I want to use. Now it's okay, so I can cut. So I'm securing it with pins because of the fabric. So I'm securing it with the pin. So I'm cutting the sleeve now. The length is 11 inches. It's very thick, but I want to cut together. I don't want to cut it pieces. I want to cut all the two together. So I've cutting the bottom part. So now I'll cut the where we'll fix or where we'll attach to the armhole. So it's small. So I'll cut it a little so that I'll get my exact around arm. I'm cutting it so that I'll get a straight bottom so that it will be straight when I finish knitting or weaving and I want to hem it, it will be straight, not crooked. So I finished cutting the sleeve. So we are on the side pockets and the frills or the ruffles. So this is the side pocket. So I'm cutting the side pockets. I don't have exact measurement I use for my side pockets. I can measure it with my eyes the way I want it, the length and the width. So that's how I cut my side pocket. But you can measure yours. This was what works for me. So this is the rest of the fabric or the remaining of the fabric. We are using that one to cut the ruffles. So the ruffles I will need or I'll weave both the two sides, then I'll sew it small, then I'll run my gathers in between or middle of the fabric so that when I pull it the gathers will come to the middle. So that's what I'm doing there. I want to cut my ruffle. So after this, then we take it to the machine and go and sew it. This you can doesn't take time at all. So when you finish cutting, all you have to do is join your shoulders. If you have to pipe, then you pipe, or you can use facing. As for me, I think it's piping. Yes, I made the piping. So after the piping, then you sew your pocket, then you sew the sizing, then you fix your sleeve and the ruffles. I'll do that one off camera because you know how to do it already. It's not something that is very difficult to do. It's very easy to do. So as for the ruffles there, I'll do it off camera. So I'm still cutting some to join the ruffle so that I'll get a lot of ruffle on the neckline. So I've finished cutting everything. Now we have to join the shoulders. So I'm cutting the piping for the neckline. You cut it on a bias form or cross way. If you cut it straight when you're piping, your neck will not lie down well. So all the time, cut it on a bias. So I'll finish cutting the dress. So we'll now take it to the machine, then join the shoulders and attach the pocket. Then we pipe the neckline. After that, we'll fix our sleeve. Then we put the ruffle on the neck. So I'll finish sewing everything. I've piped my neckline nicely. So this is the neckline. I'll finish piping it very nicely. Every time when you are going to pipe your neckline or anything at all, pin it to get a good finish. So I'm pinning my shoulders together so that I'll cut my armhole and fix my sleeve. Then I'll fix the ruffles on the